Good afternoon, Professor. We are Group 1. My name is Wu Nan. I'm the team leader. Let me introduce our team members. They are Liu Manting, Mai Yili, Zhang Boyang, and me. Okay, let's begin our presentation. Okay, let's begin our presentation. There are 3 questions for our team. Question 1 is me. Liu Manting present question 2. Ma Yili and Zhang Boyang present question 3. Question 1. Mr. DIY has invested heavily in digitalization, e-commerce platform, data analysis, robotic warehouses, while maintaining an aggressive brick-and-mortar expansion strategy. Critically evaluate whether this omni-channel strategy is strategically coherent or internally conflicting. How should Mr. DIY prioritize resource allocation between physical expansion and digital capabilities? Let's divide into Mr. DIY's omni-channel strategy. On one hand, it's very coherent. They are using data to open the stores smarter. They are fancy robotic warehouse helps both online and offline, and their physical stores and website work well together. Stores let you touch and feel things, while the website is super convenient. But there are problems both going digital and opening new stores cost a lot of money, and their profits are going down. Also, even though their online sales are growing faster, they still make almost all their money in stores, so their expensive digital tools aren't being used as much as they could be. Finally, it seems like the top management isn't 100% sure how fast to go with digital, which is slowing this down. Resource allocation, prioritization. So how should they spend their money? We think a 3-step plan makes sense. First, in the short term, the next 18 months, they should focus 16 on digital. The key here is to connect all their systems, so their inventory and the customer data work across both online and offline. They also need to make better use of their robot warehouse for both channels and try this, like letting customers buy online and pick up in stores. Then, in the medium term, 18 months to 36 months, split the investment 50% to 50%. Use the data to open new stores in the best locations and grow the online business with the support of their physical stores. Finally, in the long term, they can focus 16% on opening more stores using their now proven digital tools to help them expand into new countries. In short, Mr. DIY strategy can work, but they need to make sure their digital investment make their physical stores even better, not compete with them.
Now Now let me talk about the question 2. The company's long-standing strategy of with low prices is increasingly challenged by raising the labor, logistic, and procurement cost. From a strategy management perspective, is cost the leadership still a viable long-term strategy for Mr. DIY? And what the alternative value propositions could the firm consider without earning its core stand in identity? First, let's talk about the first question. Is the cost leadership strategy still feasible for the Mr. DIY? First, I think it works in the short term, but there are risks in the long term. The reason it works is that Mr. DIY has a lot of the story about 1,000 in Malaysia and the most than 2005 around the world, so it can get the low prices for provider and cut the cost. And the second, the online business grew fast in 2020, so the sales increased by 500% in the first half of the year. At the same time, the robot warehouse improves efficiency and reduce the labor costs. So that's Mr. DIY keeps offering low prices. But there have a long-term risks. With the economic development, the labor and the logistic and the procurement costs all go up. So this makes the purpose keep the feeling. Although there is a competition from other companies and the competitors keep appearing, so it is hard for the Mr. DIY to keep the customer with its low prices strategies. And then next, let's discuss the second question. It's about what the alternative value propositions can the companies consider without harming its core brand image. First, I have 4 suggestions. Keep most product at the low prices and at the prices of its own brand. Doing this means that it doesn't need to lower the prices, but it can still increase the profits. And second, I think it can combine the online and offline sales methods. For example, customer can order online and pick it in store. This solves the problem of the slow delivery for the customers. And the second, offer the simple service without extra costs. I think this improves the customer satisfaction and help keep the customers. And finally, they can create the better product combinations for different customer groups. For example, at a low-priced home sites or Christmas decoration sites, this gives the customer a better shopping experience. I think that.
Question 3. Mr. DIY has expanded into multiple foreign markets, including Turkey, with aspirations to grow beyond Southeast Asia. To what extent is Mr. DIY's Malaysia business model transferable across international markets? What strategies suitable and necessary to manage institutional, cultural, and competitive difference while staying in performance?
Hi everyone, let's talk about Mr. DIY and how their business works globally. Their role model is built on low prices, a lot of different products and physical stories. This formula works pretty well in many international markets. For example, in places like Cambodia, Indonesia, and Philippines, where people care a lot about getting good value. Good value there. Always low price and one-stop shopping hits the spot with middle class shoppers. Also, since they are experts at running big stores, that experience can be coupled easily in more urban countries like Thailand and Vietnam. But it's not all smooth sailing. Some parts of their model don't travel well. Strict import rules and cruisy swings can make costs go up. Plus, DIY culture isn't big everywhere, and people in different countries want different products. And in more developed markets, they are up against big, well-known home improvement brands, so they really need to step up their digital game. So, to sum up, their core idea can grow, but to succeed overseas, they have to adapt to each local market.
Necessary strategical adjustment to keep performance good. First, fight local rules, learn and follow local business tax and import rules. Work with local suppliers to cut costs and avoid import problems. Get on well with local governments to make business easier. Second, fight local culture. Learn about cultural consumers' habits. If DIY culture is not common, promote it through all short training classes. Change product to meet local needs, such as selling things that match local houses or daily lives. Third, fight local competition. Find out about local competitors. See their weak points and offer cheaper prices or more suitable products. Use both online and offline selling ways. Spend more online sales in places where e-commerce is popular and often more physical store is areas where people like shopping in shops. Finally, fight local operations. Make small changes to the business model because the Malaysia model doesn't work for all marketers. For example, use more warehouse robots to save money in countries where labor costs are high. Change the store size according to local population and shopping habits.
That's all of my presentation. Thank you, Professor. We are Group 1.